Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far, and this is your news report and second stimulus check update for Wednesday, December 30th. According to Fox News, Mitch McConnell introduces his own bill on $2,000 stimulus checks. The Senate Majority Leader on Tuesday introduced his own version of a bill to increase the $600 stimulus checks from the relief package to $2,000, but it also included two other major priorities for Trump. And according to The Hill, Speaker Pelosi presses McConnell to allow the vote on the bill for $2,000 stimulus checks. Nancy Pelosi on Wednesday pressed Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to allow the upper chamber to vote on a House-passed bill that would send the stimulus checks of up to $2,000 to most Americans. Everybody tell me in the comments down below. Do you prefer the $600 or $2,000 stimulus payments? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And do you think that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell should pass the $2,000 stimulus checks to Americans? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. On this channel, I provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information. So be sure to subscribe.
NBC's Kelly O'Donnell is traveling with President Trump in Florida. She has more on all of that. Kelly O, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. The fate of increasing those COVID relief payments to $2,000 is unclear this morning, and President Trump is using his Twitter sledgehammer to pressure Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Now, the president from here in Florida and his golf vacation has tweeted Republicans, and it's also the right thing to do, they must approve the $2,000 payment ASAP. But the president is also making other demands that line up with his own personal grievances, and that's part of the problem. He wants lawmakers to eliminate liability for social media companies and to set up a commission to examine allegations that he's been making. Well, Democrats don't want any part of that, but they are willing to go along with the $2,000 payments. But Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader, has blocked Democrats' effort to vote on that as a standalone choice, and instead McConnell is packaging the president's wishes into one measure that lawmakers would vote on. And Democrats don't want to do that. And so the net effect could be that it will end the push for increasing the payments to $2,000.
Now everybody, according to The Hill, Speaker Nancy Pelosi has pressed Mitch McConnell to allow the vote on his stimulus bill with $2,000 stimulus checks. Pelosi on Wednesday pressed Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to allow the upper chamber to vote on a House-passed bill that would send stimulus checks of up to $2,000 to most Americans. She said at a press conference, "The Democrats and Republicans in the House have passed that legislation. Who is holding up that distribution? Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans."
Democratic-controlled House.
There's one question left today. Do Senate Republicans join with the rest of America in supporting $2,000 checks?
Today, that answer was no.
Object.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked the Democratic effort, speaking for most Republicans who don't want to spend additional money on stimulus.
Democrats are seeking to raise pressure on the Senate GOP to vote on the $2,000 checks, which are backed by Donald Trump. The House approved the increase in a bipartisan vote, but the Senate GOP is divided on the issue. Mitch McConnell has floated the idea of trying the $2,000 checks to two other demands from Trump, but doing so would likely end the bill given Democrats' opposition on those issues.
Suggesting they'd support it, including both Georgia Republicans looking for an edge ahead of a tough Senate runoff election scheduled for next Tuesday.
I'm delighted to support the president in this 2,000.
The president is also furious at House Republicans, many of whom voted last night to override his veto of a sweeping annual defense bill. The Senate is expected to do the same.
The battle over the checks could have repercussions in the Georgia Senate runoff elections on Tuesday, which will determine which party holds the Senate majority. Democrats see the issue as a political winner and have sought to turn the screws on McConnell given the GOP division. Pelosi said Wednesday, "I'm blocking it. They're in denial of the hardship that the American people are experiencing right now, health-wise, financially, in every way."
A vote on stimulus checks.
Working families need help now. Not next year, but right now.
Senate Majority Leader McConnell has signaled he may be willing to bring those stimulus checks up for a vote, but he tied them to two of the president's other priorities, curtailing protections for social media companies.
And Pelosi also told reporters their lives and livelihood in many cases are on the brink, so they're in denial of that need and denying this benefit, I do hope that in the days ahead, we only have a few days left in this session, that they will see the light and understand the country is suffering. Democrats have sought to squeeze the Republicans in both chambers, and Trump last week blindsided lawmakers by penning the recent package, which was passed by both chambers of Congress and included $600 stimulus checks, and demanding Congress send him legislation to give Americans making $75,000 and under a check for $2,000.
Checks in exchange for repealing Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act and creating a commission to study election fraud. Is there any appetite for this on Capitol Hill at all?
There's certainly no appetite among Democrats. Most of them oppose the inclusion of the Election Commission and the technology repeal. So that means they'd certainly, vote against the broader measure here. McConnell has sort of set the stage by packaging these things together along with the liability protection.
And according to Fox Business, Mitch McConnell introduced his own bill on $2,000 stimulus checks. McConnell said, "Those are the three important subjects the president has linked together. This week, the Senate will begin a process to bring these priorities into focus." During this process, the president highlighted 3 additional issues of national significance he would like to see Congress tackle together. McConnell gave a list of the president's grievances about the amount of stimulus payment, Section 230, and the presidential election. What McConnell's bill could do, however, is allow GOP senators who want to be able to say they voted for $2,000 checks to do so while protecting priorities of the majority of his caucus, which has previously opposed the checks. Senator David Perdue, one of the Republicans who has said he supports $2,000 checks and is also in a fierce runoff race, said on Fox and Friends that he supports the McConnell bill. Everybody tell me in the comments down below, will our politicians pass the $2,000 stimulus check and Mitch McConnell's stimulus bill? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no.
And even though some of the Republicans in his own caucus are in favor of these $2,000, direct payments to the American people, this could lead to a showdown on the Senate floor come Friday. We already saw people like Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer come out.
Thousands and thousands of dollars in back rent, and they face eviction. We're looking at millions of people who cannot afford to go to the doctor in the middle of the worst public health crisis in modern American history. We're looking at families all across this country who do not have the money to adequately feed their children, and hunger in America today.
Against McConnell's attempt.
With that being said, folks, that is all the news in today's video. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell